Hello and welcome to another function at the junction. This actually is a continuation of some footage I had from the Gordie Howe International Bridge groundbreaking. This would be the near I-75. They have entrance and exit ramps, but this building will stay. Yes, they have apartments for rent. Beautiful building. I love the brickwork. But they'll have a nice view of the bridge to be sure. Then this, an old bank, and it's like, oh yeah. And there's a lot of these like bank buildings in Detroit that are abandoned. This is a Detroit Savings Bank. But it is going to be repurposed. I didn't know this until I read on the side here, Community Health and Social Services Center. So there you have it. It's been repurposed. But yeah, this is kind of maybe a little bit the before pictures, before the total demo will take place. And it's a huge urban planning project to be sure. The land acquisition and all that happy stuff, but some things will stay and some will go. I think this will stay, though. This is on the south side of Jefferson. The Mistersky. Look at the brickwork here. We'll read the sign. The Power Station. And they may still be in commission or not, or on a limited use basis. But yeah, this is kind of what's referred to as the Delray neighborhood. And then part of southwest Detroit. But here I think is where Floor Dry, they moved from another location that looks like it was in the center of the plaza, and they relocated them in that building. At least that's what my guess is. Here, look at the brickwork there. Sometimes you have to do like Isaiah says, look up. Then there's green vegetation. Mother Nature's taking over, but it looks like there was a house behind there at one time. The train tracks run through here. They're not all that active. That should be looked into. All right. Check out River Rouge.
Jerker. Here's a clip from it.
Choose double. Choose better. See all the better internet, TV, and phone offers at Wowway.com or call 866-WOWWAY4 now. Offer for new customers, subject to change.
They have those things. It says potable water. All right, so here's River Rouge. I crossed the Rouge River. They have a nice park, Bellinger Park. But look at this, top 100 workplaces. That's a nice feather to have in your cap. Make drywall, I guess, there. some nice train action heading to Zug Island. And if you rate your islands from A to Z, you'll end up probably with Zug Island. Great little place. The Detroit region's very own, although it's in River Rouge. There's the I-75 bridge. And we got some like gravel action, but the birds were all stirred up. I think a freighter had just gone by. Oh, here we go. Some conveyor action. You gotta love this. Good aim, apparently. Sometimes with the wind, things can change. Ashtabula. I believe that's from Ohio, but yeah, some big boat action. See some more conveyor action. Let's see how far this can go. Looky there. They're just putting piles and piles, and then it even goes further. Where? Oh, it's out of my vision. Oh, more train action. See the bridge in action. Ah, there's the Delaware. The insurance cost. Say what? We need someone smart to figure that one out for us. Someone real smart, because that's ridiculous. Anyways, that train I don't think was going to Zug Island. So I was wrong. It was in like the River Rouge. Oh, some people aren't happy about the bridge, but this was the groundbreaking. I missed this part. I didn't have a press pass, but Channel 7 had it, and that's what it will look like, the artist rendering. And yeah, I saw it from the ground. These guys, look at this. I don't know if this is a drone or a helicopter, but they had the big top tent. And yeah, it was the big story of the day, and it will continue to be for the next few years. That's going to create a lot of jobs and keep things between Canada and U.S. flowing nicely. Awesomely. Hey, some wildflowers I planted out front, in front of the porch. The birch tree is in action. I got to fill up that bird feeder, though. They go through that pretty quick. Okay. Wow, a long interlude. But here, I picked up these flyers at Abix Bar, and they had a thing here, the Detroit History Club, and a members-only club, and like anybody can kind of be in the club. Look, though, as long as they aren't on, oh, it's a naughty word, but yeah. So I was thinking, man, that might be a cool club, and then I thought, oh, I'll never get in. But look what they do here. They have a thing with a picture, but they posed in front of it. They kind of recreated it. I think it might be a picture there at the Institute of Arts. If I can get that in focus. But then here, they got a place history tours. So they had all sorts of good information in this bar. Here we go. And it's an old one, established 1907, and it's kind of like the neighborhood thing. It's off of south of Michigan Avenue, just west of Livernois. And then I think you can even get the bus there if you do that. And then this was good news. This was also came out. They moved the auto show to the month of June. This, I think, was a brilliant stroke of genius. I love this. Great. This is kind of urban planning and all that stuff, too. As much as we can promote Detroit, the better off we'll be. And we're certainly, with the being the Motor City and all that, we should promote certainly what we do and what we do well. So we'll have like a whole month to do it. Yay! Okay. Wow. Yeah, a little glitch action there, but yeah, I won't have to switch tapes this time around. From here, gonna go back to the scene of the crime. I'm actually gonna go back to Fort Wayne. I wanna check out the historic Fort Wayne. It's just right there on the Detroit River, and a lot of history. And it's free to the public Saturday and Sunday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Then I had a few other errands to run. I wanted to pick up some tickets. But yeah, this was still in action. Oh, just ended. It was good while it lasted. But yeah, I wanted to take another peek here. This is the new and improved section of the bridge that had gotten damaged when the bridge wasn't lifted up. So yeah, a couple shout outs to River Rouge here. Kind of going right over the same area, but I want to get familiar now with the Delray neighborhood and check it out, because it will change most definitely with this new bridge. And this will be actually pretty exciting, because it'll be a great visual project to see being constructed. Now, we had a couple stadiums, Comerica Park and Ford Field, but a bridge will be a whole new ball of wax. It's going to be something. A lot of birds here. I guess when the freighters go by, they stir up all the fish and they start moving around, and I don't know. Like the old school, the way some of these buildings look. Get to thinking of what do they make there. This is like an exhaust system there. Pretty good. All right. Here are biosolids. So that was, you get the visual and a little audio in this program, but you don't get your olfactory senses working. But yeah, it smells in this immediate neighborhood. There's Zug Island to the right. And so I want to just check out this part of Delray. Some of this can still exist. Here I got the map. I took this route. I went across, and there's Zug Island. But now I'm going to go to Fort Wayne. But before that, I'll check out this little neighborhood. These are the maps I got from 10 years ago. And view toward Canada. So this was proposed back in 2008. Yellow Trucking, that's right where I'm at now. Just off of Jefferson. Zug Island, you see there. And it was Yellow Trucking, but then Central, I believe, bought them out. So they own that, and I don't think they have to move. There'll be quite a few businesses, actually, that the bridge can work around. It's mainly the area where the plaza is that's affected. All right, so here, Delray. So still calling out this part of the city, Engine 29. They got a nice flagpole held down with those like big brackets there. But right there on Jefferson. And then a few of the flamethrowers. Those things rock. I still think you could put like a big Bunsen burner or a water beaker up there and heat some water and go that route. So here we see Central. So it's no longer Yellow Trucking, but they need truck drivers until all that becomes autonomous. I don't think that's a ways off. I like the the hardware and boats. The entrance is there in the back, but the stairwell was kind of neat. But yeah, this is heavy kind of industry area, but a little neighborhood tucked back in here. A few churches, a few empty lots. And then this, I thought it was a case, but I thought it was lock her up. I'm going, no, lock it up. But it's actually fireworks by the caseload. I guess you light one end and it works its way through the whole case. Amazing. That's like high-tech stuff. Dragoon. Well, this is near where the 75 and all those ramps, exit and entrance ramps, will be. The produce terminal stays there. Southwestern High School is no longer used, but that's going to stay there. It's like everything north of the train tracks. But then the block behind it, I-75, that's going to be gobbled up. Here, they used to have chicken fighting back there. It's boarded up now, but that's up on Green Street. Now I'm back. This warehouse, I think, is coming down. Bulk Hall, I think, is probably going to stay there. I have to do a better job with the maps. Okay, this, where the red dot was, South and Reed, this is where they had the groundbreaking ceremony, and I couldn't attend. I couldn't get anywhere near this place. There's historic Fort Wayne off in the distance. They got some surveyor sticks or stakes in the ground. But yeah, they had the big top tents set up over here. And I said, well, let me check this out. They're going to tear that building down. They're already in the process of the demo. I love that stuff. This was on a Sunday, so nobody was working. There's the plaza. That's the huge chunk. Mistursky Power Plant, that stays. Okay, so trying to get your bearings there. That was the power plant. Fort Wayne is there. That stays, but it needs to be refurbished. I'm going to step inside there in a little bit. We'll see. It needs a lot of work. The utility plant, Detroit Edison, has a nice building. That will stay. And the bridge will take off between the Lafarge Cement, which we don't see, the tower, and the McCoy Aggregates. And that's, I think that building there, if I got there, no. In between, near that one tower, but here was the scene of the crime. They put up a sand hill here, and on that Tuesday, July 19th, somebody already drove over this, but they scooped up a pile of dirt and threw it a foot forward. But yeah, this is the aftermath. Nobody left the shovels though. But look how close I parked. Like 12 days prior, they had tight security. This is the water I think they drank, Dasani. So there were a few clues left behind. I was hoping I'd catch a program or something. Yeah, that whole thing will... I'm pointing at the ground. Well, I'm showing you probably the whole area that's gobbled up by this plaza. Oh, yeah. I wish I remembered what I was thinking. But, yeah, that's looking back at Fort Wayne, though, so that's all going to stay. Hopefully they'll still have the buses run along Jefferson there. But, yeah, they had the heavy artillery. Well, my friend Jim said the most exciting times in a building is when they go up and when they come down. And so watching the bridge go up will be fascinating. But a lot of times things can come down a lot quicker. Detour ahead. I love those detours. Here right now, the geese are grazing. Yeah, I'm not sure what's all of these businesses. I have that map at home, or a series of map. It's like a cover page in 14 sections, like a different view. And it really shows you the lay of the land. And I'm going to have to do a better job of showing that. But first, I'll check out historic Fort Wayne. And I've been here years ago. And when I said or found out that it was free and open to the public, it's like, well, let's take a look-see. And you would hope that if you get a brand new spanking bridge, a lot of the people that might come over the bridge might say, oh, historic Fort Wayne, let's take a look. And then be surprised. It's run by the Parks and Recreation Department, and unfortunately, they don't have the money, really. They just came out of the bankruptcy thing, so money's tight with the city. And I was surprised to learn most of the people that work here, if not all, I think maybe security guards get paid, but they're all like volunteers. So kudos to all those people that do it for the love of the fort and whatnot. And, yeah, they certainly would love, if it could be a state park, but anybody that knows they were to get involved with this, it would take a lot of money to bring it up to ship-ready shape. But yeah, my dad said he had to register or enlist or whatever, and he got his papers, whatever they do, and then he went to Missouri for his basic training. And he would have gone to the Korean War if it had continued or whatnot. But he was in the service with the basic in the late 50s, and then he went on and worked for Ford Motor. Here you can see this building is really compromised. The roof is caving in. And I don't know, with a historic designation that, you can't just demolish something. It has to actually fall to the ground before you can cart the debris away. I don't know. Here, it says no hostile shots ever fired. One of the volunteers said they did have a skirmish with the city of Sandwich, which is kind of like a suburb of Windsor. So there's some controversy there. But anyways, it kind of gives you, there's a lot of history here. It was deactivated in 1967. And it's run by the Detroit Historical Commission. But if you Google Historic Fort Wayne, you'll get all the info. They have a couple events later in the year that are kind of cool, like a Christmas concert kind of a thing. Signs everywhere, a sign. But yeah, here's a peek at the Detroit River. And the fort was certainly built in a strategic location, such that they could look downriver and view anybody coming upstream. They had a great view of that. Here are the walls. I'm kind of on a big berm, but oh yeah, and then the pleasure craft. Here we go. I need to find a friend that's got a nice boat. Just, yeah, you want to go along for the ride? I guess I could do that. The Diamond Cruise. Yeah. There I go. I talked myself into it. No, actually, I want to go to Marshall's Bar and meet Captain LJ and just take a little boat along the east side. But boats rock. Well, those look like gun slits there. So I'm not taking a particular tour. It's just like a walking tour I'm on. But they have tour guides that could give you the whole lowdown explanation, I'm pretty sure. We're just not going to do that portion today. We'll look at things from afar. But yeah, we've had some nice warm, sunny Sunday afternoons. Parents took their kids. There were a few families. It's not really promoted such as an attraction, but being free, how can you go wrong with that? They have soccer fields out here, and then they have like Boy Scout camps, but they really rough it. There's no electricity. Yeah, we're getting the boat action. And the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers has a little fort there to the left. Diamond Jacks. There's a couple of those boats that they have. Maybe it's the Diamond Queen they also have. Yeah, if you like soccer, you could have several games going on. Stand where I'm at, and you'd be probably dodging soccer balls. But you could sit at a bench. They could make this into a camping area and put up a few more trees and then run electricity or something and hook up some water. Yeah, maybe it could be a little campground action. Kind of repurposed a little bit, but a little way to make a little money. God, that looks like fun being out there, don't it? Oh. Oh, yeah, and they got a gravel pit or a sandbox on the other side, but oh, yeah, you got to be careful walking around the geese here. Well, here's a little history, if you can speed read. Ooh, steam-powered warships. Okay, it was the narrowest site. Although they said they did some dredging in the Detroit River, and they put those deposits in front of the fort here. So I guess that even made it narrower. But, yeah, they're moving stuff from point A to point B. And that's necessary. There's going to be a lot of construction jobs, and that bode well for the whole region. But there's a shortage of construction workers, and there's a lot of projects that need to be done. Certainly infrastructure will be huge, and it'll be a growth industry. So, oh, that looks like fun also. That looks a little dusty, but they're scooping it up. Well, some people have to work on a Sunday. There's the GM Global headquarters. But yeah, you can picnic out here. It's just they need a few more trees. But some of the county or the volunteers, the Fort Wayne volunteers, they were taking a break out back, and they knew where the cool spot was. Nice shaded trees. That's the power grid we share with Canada. Interesting. And then, yeah, it's like looking out your front window, you know. It'd be nice just to chill, sit down like these people are, and just watch all the action on the river. There's a lot of cool action. And the truck traffic is heavy. This new bridge will certainly alleviate a lot of that. There you see the walls, but yeah, a lot of this, I guess, was dredging. Yeah, they're in the shade. That's the spot. That's the ticket right there. Get there early and often if you want to reserve. Although they say you can position picnic tables, so you can move it. But just no grills, no barbecues, that kind of thing. You'll have to bring your sandwiches in the cooler and the like. And it's probably just pop and water kind of stuff, I'm thinking. Okay, the bridge would launch between those two big buildings. But here's another historic Fort Wayne building. Here's another one that needs some work. More than just a little TLC. It's like, holy crap. We've been bombed. I don't know. But you wonder, it's easy to just put your hand out and say, yeah, we ought to do something and blah, blah, blah. Everybody wants money. Tax for this, tax for that. And I can understand that logic and that reasoning wholeheartedly. But you almost wonder if the state should have a to-do list and tie it in with Pure Michigan or something and just say, these are things that we could do that would help promote the state and would be good and beneficial to all of us. We'd have to spread it around the state, certainly, and not everything would have to be in Detroit. But a kind of like a GoFund or to-do list thing where Fort Wayne, a little money went this way, that would be kind of neat. And then there'd be more photo ops over here. Then, like another one was the Bob Lowe boat, but I don't know if that boat is too far gone. But there's certain touristy type things we could do around the state, and we could vote on it or something, have some fun with it. But say, yeah, let's do a Pure Michigan fix-it-up kind of a thing. We kept the Detroit Institute of Arts from going under, so there was a millage with that. But, ongoing, I don't know how that should work out, to be honest with you. But it's open for debate. And certainly even urban planning, that's always open for debate. Everybody can participate in that one. And everyone can have an opinion, and it's probably a good and righteous opinion, but we take the best of all those ideas and move forward. So what do we do here with Fort Wayne? I was disappointed. I didn't think it was this far gone, but some of the things are functional and working and so forth, which is what you would hang your hat on and go from there. Now, I don't know if they have movies here every now and then. They do that. They have a flea market. If you Google it, they have a website and they talk about all their events. So, as Arnold would say, I'll be back. And this, we might have a second span here. Maybe they can make the original Ambassador Bridge a pedestrian, and this will be the functional span there. The bridge that ends and gets truncated right here at 4th Street. All right, DET.com is the website. Oh, I thought those were tickets, and I thought it was like a no parking. Luckily, it was just advertising made to look like a ticket. It's like, holy crap. Batman? Who wants to... Yeah, that's a bummer when you get like a parking ticket. All right, urban planning going on here. Look at this. Yeah, buddy. So that's the part of the Ilitch family. Well, what the mission I had was to actually purchase Tiger tickets. So I'm going to head to the box office at Comerica Park. And it was game on. David Whitney Building, the David Broderick Tower. There's Comerica Park. You see some people in the Bob Uecker seats way up there in left field. Ooh, People Mover and the Q Line, both in action. Stop in the Name of Love statue, and it's working. Okay, they have a dog park, and there's a few events. Mark your calendar right here. Chelly's Bar. Oh, they have premium pricing now. Okay, St. Louis Cardinals. Yes, this is to commemorate 50 years since the Tigers won the World Series. $24. That was almost the cheapest ticket they had, but you get a free jersey. Yeah, it's a free replica road jersey from 1968. It says Detroit in nice bold letters on the front. Plain and simple, Detroit. Yes, indeedy. Only for the first 10,000 fans, though. So get there early and often. All right, well, Cleveland had the upper hand, unfortunately. They were up 8-1. Hey, on this day, it was great because they had the induction ceremony for Jack Morris and Alan Trammell. So that was taking place in Cooperstown. Oh, there's a final they lost. Yeah, this place changed names and I think the same ownership, but they changed the menu and so forth. I think they're a lot with the pizza. The different pizza for each day of the week and red sauce pizza. And I can't say white sauce pizza. Interesting. Of course, I'm not that much of a foodie. I know there's white spaghetti sauce, like, I think they call that fettuccine. Hey, there's Alan Trammell. Two for the price of one. Yeah, that's an expression that's embedded deeply in my brain. Yeah. Two for the price of one. Yeah. It's a good deal. It's a DP. Cliff Bell's. That's, you owe it to yourself to check the inside of that place out. Even if it's just like for a drink, but they have food and whatnot, reasonably priced. There's a Ferrari. Wow-wee. Some people are making money in Detroit. Wow. Loyal Order of the Moose. Still don't know what's happening with that. Yeah, today the Mopop Festival was going on. That was off of 4th Street there. Not far from where the new bridge takes off. But yeah, they had a whole list of entertainers. That was the second day of the event, and I think it was successful. Here, the Gar Building. I call it the Castle Building, but some people get upset. It's the... It's an acronym. But the Republic. And then you can party in a castle. Yes, you can. There's the website. But this is fairly new, just open it up, and it's kind of ecologically or green friendly, but it's part of the Beacon Park deal. had some events for the kids, face painting included. Just for the kids, though. Beacon Park. It's just over a year, I guess, since the park's been open, and there's their website, so they have lots of stuff going on. It's DTE Energy responsible for all that. See, they got like green stuff on the roof there, so they're green friendly. And the Book Tower, look at this. They've been doing some work. This is long overdue, but with the rebirth of this city, in fact, they're calling us the comeback city. Wow, that might be a little bold, but yeah. How about it? But yeah, it's time for things like the Book Tower to come back. You know, that building's been vacant for way too long. American Badass Beer. So this is what, there's the driver's got the steering wheel. Then they have even a personalized cab deal. Yeah, I'm on Bagley Street, the Michigan Theater. Well, the Michigan building, it was a theater. Imagine that at one time. But here's some more history. This Henry Ford sure did an awful lot in his lifetime. But yeah, this is near where it all began for him. And the world. Certainly did change the world. Yes, indeed. Hey, the fleur-de-lis. Well, the game's over. Here's my 68 Tigers fedora. That was a special promotion. I had to pay a little bit extra for that, but still, that's my hat. They have tours here that they're advertising. And so, not too long ago, who would have thunk? Take a tour of Detroit? What could you possibly see? Well, you could take a tour that way, too, with the pedal thing. You could get some exercise and go that route. Here, though, they say, oh, the horror, and maybe they'll right the wrong, and Lou Whitaker will get in. But, yeah, that was part of the 2 for the price of 1 combination there. Okay, I bought tickets there September 8th. It's a Saturday. We just finished with the World Cup. France was the winner in the year 2018. The USA did not participate. They did not qualify. How can this be? How can this be? 32 teams qualified, and they spread it out from around the world, but we did not do so well. Yeah, look at this. Back to back here. Those things are popular. And this is one of the newer additions to the art scene in Detroit, but from Comerica Park, you got more of a straight line shot, and that's well done. Focus on the urban experience. Yeah, I did not get a ticket. That was lovely. That was good. Although these party things go relatively slow. 60. Maybe she's the one in the back chilling. Man in the City, he's all over the place. It's the eye in the sky, so do not misbehave when you're in the city. Somebody is watching. Nowadays, with the advent of cell phones, I don't know why anybody would try anything anymore. Everybody's quick draw with their cell phones, so that should be a big ass crime deterrent right there. There, I like that industrial art. Here is a good Thai restaurant, and that was repurposed from a fire station. How cool is that? So many buildings we just got to look at in a different light and repurpose them. We need to focus. No, this is a nice mural too. every time you kind of cruise by through a neighborhood, it's like something's changed. Something's been added, which is kind of neat. Never kind of used to be like that, but things are happening a little faster. It's exciting. I like discovering new things that I have not seen before, like Virgin Territory rocks. Well, the DeQuinder Cut, this is a nice bike path, and it surfaces to ground level up here on Mac. But then it slides by the eastern side of Eastern Market and goes all the way down to the river. So you can go down by the river. Okay. Oh, we're going to get a little music action. St. Aubin and Frederick Street. John's Carpet House. Oh, I only have about 8 minutes to round out this show. Maybe we'll only get a little of it. Motor City Match. This, I think that's an awesome program. I got to contact them and get a little more information, because that's a good place to start. They have a lot of buildings that are waiting for you to repurpose them. That was an interesting stop sign. Okay, 81 degrees. Well, every sunny Sunday afternoon, it doesn't really have to be sunny, but it can be a little cloudy. They have this Blues Fest, St. Aubin and Frederick. And you can see there's always a good crowd. Oh, yeah. And it's free. You can put a ducat in the bucket. But I came by and they were on break. It's like, are you kidding me? So I'm going to walk around, come back. Goods in the Hood. I ended up with a hot dog with onions. Yeah, urban planning, I tell you, it could happen in this neighborhood too. And the problem is we have that waste incinerator, and that's a huge drawback. And that needs to be tended to. Keyboard, but I think that one's for show. Oh, that's the waste incinerator smokestack. And I want to check out this Artie building. This must have been an old gas station. Had those little diagonal deals. 2-car gas pump kind of arrangement. Yeah, that was old school. Artie Express. And no trespassing. But I don't know who owns this, to be honest with you. I thought maybe this building was going to be repurposed, but it's got a full dead-on view of the waste incinerator. So, again, you get the video and audio on this kind of thing, but you have 5 senses. The one you're missing here is the olfactory, your nose. You don't smell the crap, but that's a huge deterrent. Okay, back there is where the festival is going down. But want to make it up to the roof so you get a better view. But yeah, maybe the incinerator can be repositioned, or everybody that's got a vested interest can get paid off in huge sums of money by the barrelfuls, you know. Geez, oh, Pete. It's just crazy. They get so wrapped up in red tape and nobody's allowed. They're just hamstrung. Nothing can be done. But actually, It's not profitable, really, the incinerator, and it just, who wants to live in an urban environment where you got something like that and you're dealing with the smell? The sooner that's dealt with, the better, because that affects the whole east side area, and it affects Midtown, too. It depends on which way the wind is blowing. So you got all that working against you. But that's urban planning. People have to get involved with this and make their voices heard. They got a little bottle rocket up here too, a water tower. But the new jail is going to be just in front to the right here. Dan Gilbert got the parcel of land where the failed jail was, and the city agreed to buy some of the property just south and west of me. I'll walk to a different part of the roof here, and we'll take a look-see. Looks like a salvage operation going on there. But yeah, here's the incinerator. And the rail lines running through here. I'm not sure how active they are. I'm sure they need them, but yeah, here's the waste incinerator in all its glory. And you just hope that people don't throw their batteries and electronic devices and things that have the heavy metals, because when that gets incinerated, that stuff goes up in the air, and then those heavy toxins and particulates fall down to the earth. And not to scare anybody, but yeah, it's not good to breathe all that stuff, if you know what I mean, Jelly Bean. But yeah, well, nobody's gonna run out and tell you all that stuff. With the Flint water crisis, it's a kind of like, if you keep things hush-hush and nobody knows, the better. But yeah, a waste incinerator is not good in an urban environment where people live. We should put it kind of in the industrial area if we're going to do something like that, concentrate that stuff. So if ever there's like a vacancy on Zug Island, we can move the operation. Folks, though, yeah, I want to thank you for watching. Hope you have a great week or weekend, whatever the case may be. But we still got some excellent summer days in front of us. Football season will start up soon. God, they could have a mini Gibraltar Trade Center over there at the Shane Ferry Market. There's another bottle rocket off in the distance. Yeah, I'll continue this video, have more of the blues action to start the show next week. They were just on break, so I decided to take the detour. But I'll be back to that blues scene, which is quite interesting. That's every Sunday through like October. Just when it gets a little chilly, they'll pull the plug. But then I'll also have something on the Big Tire off of I-94 and Drinks by Design, which was at the Arab American Museum in Dearborn. So I'll do a little Dearborn detour. Well, I'm going to begin my descent, and it was dark. I didn't have my flashlight with me. All right, good night.